Next up is Help Us Green, a Kanpur-based social enterprise that is preserving River Ganga by flower cycling the waste from temples and mosques into patented lifestyle products. Please welcome on stage Ankit Agarwal and Karan Rastogi of Help Us Green.
Slide changing. We would like to begin by a video. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
A flower represents a good life that sprouts from earth and grows up to spread happiness. We all offer flowers at temples, mosques and gurdwaras as a gesture of offering the best in us. Showering flowers is a religious ritual in India. These flowers are a symbol of devotion and reverence, and it is believed that the flowers should be discarded into water bodies to respect their sanctity. But no one thinks of the aftermath. Sadly, these sacred flowers rot in rivers, killing fishes and creating a havoc in the fragile ecosphere of the water body and cause enormous pollution. The pesticides and chemical fertilizers used to grow flowers mixes with the river water, making it highly toxic. Every year, about 800,000 tons of flower waste is dumped in the Indian rivers, choking them to death. At Help Us Green, we were shocked and unhappy with the magnitude of the problem. We were determined to find a solution. We did several experiments to utilize these disposed flowers. We started off by collecting these auspicious flowers directly from the place of worship and pampered them at our workplace. We added earthworms who ate up the flower waste to produce vermicompost, which is the best organic matter available for plants. Hence our product, Mitti, was formed. Mitti is a power-packed shot of mineral-rich nutrients and enzymes that energizes the soil in our gardens and homes. Mitti is a safer, smarter alternative to chemical fertilizer. Plants grow healthier and greener with Mitti, leading to better flowers, fruits and vegetables. We further experimented more and developed a method of rolling incense sticks using these flowers, replacing the carcinogenesis coal. Providing training and employment to rural women, we made Sticks and Stones, our range of hand-rolled natural incense.
Good afternoon. We are from Team Help Us Green. We collect waste, 1.5 tons of waste flowers from Kanpur, 29 temples in Kanpur daily. So my co-founder Karan is a business graduate from Warwick Business School. I'm an Acumen Fellow, a Asia 21 Fellow. Prior to Help Us Green, I was working with Semantic Corporation as an automation scientist. I have some research papers and patents published. The problem situation, Ganges Basin currently is the highest number of gallbladder cancers in the world. Indian farmers, they tend to use 750 times more pesticides and insecticides on the flowers than the prescribed EU norms. So this is a solution which I've already shown. So we make 3 products currently. One is Mitti. So what's special with Mitti is it's not just a normal vermicompost. We add 17 natural elements. For example, we collect all the coffee residue from the CCDs and baristas in Kanpur. We add it to a vermicompost, which helps boost the nitrogen value. So this is a USDA organic and EcoCert certified product. We make incense sticks which do not have coal in them as a burning material. These are available in 10 flavors. So we are a legal entity since May 2015. Every day we do around 1.5 tons of waste flowers. So our revenue in the first year was about 63 lakhs. This year we had expected 2.1, but we have already crossed that. In India we started selling in India we started selling on e-commerce platforms since September 2015. Like now the scenario is temple authorities call us to take their flowers. So our impact summary. So we have established a unique model for cleaning of Ganges and livelihoods. We provide employment to manual scavengers. These are people who pick up human excreta from the Indian rural areas. So that no one even wants to touch them. So we employ them. Up till now, we have composted around 535 kilograms of waste flowers, which also means that we have prevented about 535 kilograms of pure pesticides, arsenic and lead from going into river Ganges. The innovation summary. So this is our delta. We have developed a styrofoam from these waste flowers, which is 20% cheaper than the styrofoam made from petroleum. And we have got a deal from IKEA, which is a Swedish furniture manufacturing giant, for 2 million euros. And we have 2 patents applied and 4 in the pipeline. We have Molly Institute of Sustainability as a partner. So we are currently focusing on the export markets mainly. So the export market for compost is about 1100 CRs, and for insides is 450 CRs.
Ankit, I'm sorry, I'll have to cut you in. Time is up.
Okay.
Before we head to the jury, I would want Karan to come on stage as well. Jury, your questions, please.
Please, you see our products.
Okay, while we look at the products, I'll get the question
Karan,
started.
Can they please come back on stage for our cameras to look at them?
So the question I have is whether you're best viewed as a consumer brand that's selling direct to consumers, or as an IP company that has some unique IP that IKEA and others are trying to license. And if it's the former, I just want to understand a little bit about your branding strategy. How are you going to, what are you doing right now to stand out in terms of the other products that are out there?
Okay, so first of all, our products, we are completely aiming at the export markets. Once you look at the product, you'll get an idea. We got the Abbey Awards for the branding itself. For example, with this packaging, like Indians tend to throw, or like if there is an image of a god, we cannot throw the wrapper in a dustbin. So what we have done is we have infused tulsi seeds in our packaging. So once you throw them, like tulsi saplings grow out of it. So that's one. Second is like, for example, we have got orders from Landmark Group, which is based in Dubai. Like the order is for 2 lakh boxes. Like we'll take at least 1.5 years to manufacture that at the current rate.
Is somebody else marketing your brand, or are you guys doing the marketing yourselves?
So we have not invested a single rupee in the marketing. So it's like
Word of mouth, are you saying?
So how are people finding out about your brand?
Through media reports, it got out. So we are selling it to Migros and Coop in Switzerland and Germany, which are retailing our products. So these are like huge big bazaars of Switzerland and Germany.
And all your sales, the roughly 2.1 crores, it's all in Switzerland so far?
Yeah, 2% is from India, rest is from abroad.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think it's great to manage the waste in Ganga. Question is, why looking at an overseas market? And just a follow-on question, I mean, Karthik's question, when he said, are you marketing, wasn't about marketing dollars, it was, are you as a company responsible for marketing your brands, or have you given that to somebody else?
No, so we don't do it as such. We had Dentsu Web Chutney had offered us as a part of the CSR to develop all the packaging and advertisements. So we have not invested in it. That's one. Second, why the overseas market? Because I also sit on a board of an international NGO which is based out of St. Gallen, Switzerland. So eco mapping and contacts over there were easy for me. And like a year and a half ago when we started this, no one actually believed that mandir ke phool se kuch ho sakta hai. Everyone thought that log pagal hai. So and that was an easy market for us to tap. Like even convincing Indian audience today is like tough. Like our energy was limited and it was easy for us. The profits were huge, more, so we went for the foreign markets.
in terms of your impact arrow, right? What is your lead impact arrow here? Is it about enabling better livelihoods for manual scavengers, or is it about cleaning the environment? The reason I ask this question is, if you want to clean the environment and you want to do it in a large scale, A is we want to see if both of them are in some ways intertwined, that like you can actually like scale it up, or you find a way in which you have an industrial process by which you can actually like clean many rivers, many cities, etc. So, and also that translates to how you're branding and positioning this product in terms of, is it much more in terms of you are enabling livelihoods, and that's what like is enabling your buyers to like find a bond with you, or is it much more about the environment? So just wanted to understand, because there's lots of angles here.
Yeah, so the buyers are just because of the quality. So we do not use any chemicals in it. Like the incense sticks you buy, this is not a mic, sorry. So the incense sticks that you buy, they have coal in them as a burning material, which is not good for health. So our incense sticks do not have coal in them, they have flower base. That's one. So, and the products are sold just on the quality of it, not because of the livelihoods. Like we do not promote, it is only during pitching we say that we provide livelihoods. That's one. Second, why the livelihoods thing? Because like I personally feel that we have the bandwidth to do that, hence we are doing it. For example, with the styrofoam facility that we are setting up in Varanasi, we are not employing malware scavengers. But for the production of these products, we have a strict rule on ourselves that we want to only have work with manual scavengers.
How does sorry, I have a question. How does a buyer know that you're indeed doing all this? How does a buyer or customer know that you're indeed following this process, taking the flowers from the river? Like, I mean, for example,
we never promote.
I mean, the point is that organic food is normally certified, organic products are certified. So how like
we are
how would I know that
USDA
you're
organic and EcoCert certified products, both.
But the process is not sort of, I mean, I don't know as a buyer that you're actually doing all this, right?
No, so we cannot get the certification until the process is certified. So like our complete checks are done, audits are done. Every 2 months there's an audit. So it's done.
Quick compliment. Firstly, I think I love the idea. Very, kudos to you guys for doing this. Very creative. One question was in terms of sort of, like you mentioned earlier in your presentation, a lot of these flowers are offered for devotion, and there's all sorts of, superstition around these things, right?
Yes, yes.
Any local sort of resistance in terms of collecting all of this? And
earlier, no one gave us their flowers. Now, even in Kanpur, we get calls, please take our flowers, and we get at least 15, 20 calls a day that people are trying to replicate this model across the country.
Yeah, please.
Congrats.
One last question we'll take, yeah.
So one last question. Your product like incense sticks, I imagine it doesn't have as big an audience in the West as over here. And the price point over here is written in rupees. So I'm just, I want to clarify one thing and then ask my question. The clarification is, these products that we are seeing here, is that for the Indian market, or is this the exact same product that's
This is the
selling
Indian ones.
Okay.
Yeah, and one thing more. 1 second. I'll just take you one. So these are bagpiper boxes. That is being used.
Okay. So the question I had was, again, going back to that branding question. If you're not doing any marketing and what you have is a deal with a retailer who pretty much just keeps your product on the shelf, how do you hope to scale if that is the model and you don't have a way to express your communicate your story to the consumer?
So we had started with 80,000 rupees in 2015, and now the situation is that we have orders for this, with the this TCS. For Diwali, they wanted about 1 lakh boxes for the employees. We cannot do that. So currently marketing is something that we do not want because our output is not so much. So that's one on the marketing bit. Second, we have got lands from the Uttar Pradesh government and the central government in Varanasi and Haridwar to expand this project. And we've as a policy to be included in a smart city model for the temples in the region to give us their flowers. So that helps us in expansion.
All right, thank you so much. I think we have one question from the audience. Or?
Yes.
No, we are
No?
done. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
a huge round of applause for Help Us Green.